100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and 10 kilometers of running, repeated every single day. Saitama's workout routine is quite popular. But how effective is this training routine in real life, and will you go bald when you do it? First, we take a look at the exercises. Every exercise in this training routine is a compound bodyweight exercise. This means that they are really effective because they train a lot of different muscles at the same time. There are still 3 major problems when it comes to the exercise selection. First, there are no pull exercises included. Push-ups train muscles like the chest, the triceps, the shoulders, and the abs. Sit-ups are heavily focusing on your hip flexors and abs. Squats mainly emphasize lower body muscles like the glutes and the quads. And running is also a lower body dominant exercise, even if it's more endurance than strength focused. But what about your lats, traps, rhomboids, and rear delts? These muscles are very important to build an evenly trained body, not only in terms of looks, but also of health. Neglecting those muscles can lead to imbalances, and imbalances can lead to poor posture and injuries. The second problem are sit-ups. Sit-ups are one of the worst exercises you could do if you want to train your abs effectively. One of the issues of sit-ups is the repetitive spine movement. Doing hundreds of sit-ups every day can wear out your spine and the discs between the vertebrae much faster than it should be. Another issue of sit-ups is that this exercise heavily involves your hip flexors. When these muscles are too tight, they can create several problems like, for example, imbalances and back pain. In addition, they take away the load from your abs, which makes this exercise ineffective for them. When you do a sit-up, your abs only work in the first part of the movement. In the second part, you mainly use your hip flexors to lift your lower back off the ground. Now you might say, alright, I'll do crunches instead. Well, the crunch is very effective when it comes to ab activation. But we still don't recommend to do them too often. As mentioned before, the problem of the repetitive flexion of your spine is similar in both sit-ups and crunches. It's not a problem if you include crunches once or twice a week, but don't do hundreds every day. The last issue is the 10-kilometer running. Don't get me wrong. Running itself is not a bad activity, but 10 kilometers every day is one of the worst things you can do. When it comes to running, it's very important to have the right technique and experience. If you never ran 10 kilometers before, you should start with a shorter distance and let your body time to recover. Especially your tendons and ligaments need time for adaptation. So how should the exercise selection look like instead? You can keep the push-ups, the squats and the running, but we sort out the sit-ups and include body rows instead. As mentioned before, you need an exercise which activates the biceps, lats, traps, rhomboids, rear delts and other muscles on the backside of your body. The body row is like an inverted push-up and perfect for activating those muscles. When it comes to the sit-up and you really want to add an extra exercise for your abs, you can replace it with crunches. But as mentioned before, don't do this exercise every day. It's also possible to just stick to push-ups, rows and squats, because in all those exercises you have to stabilize your body, and this also activates your abs. Now we have to take a look at the training frequency. And here we have to ask the question, is it really good to train your whole body every single day? When it comes to working out, you need to understand the concept of supercompensation. This means that your body needs time to recover after a hard workout. You won't build muscle and increase your strength during the workout, but in the rest period. So if you are a beginner and you do hard full body workout sessions every day of the week, you will sabotage your own progress. That is the reason why most beginner workouts include only 3 full body strength training sessions a week. Of course, it always depends on how hard your training is and what exercises you do. If you do easy activities like walking, cycling, or even mobility training, you can even support your recovery instead of slowing it down. So the most important point when it comes to the amount of training days a week is how challenging the training is. If you do exercises which are really hard for you and you train to fatigue in every set, every exercise and in every workout, you will need more time to recover as if you do easy exercises without exhausting yourself. On the other hand, if you only do easy exercises or activities, you won't get challenged anymore. And with that, you won't get stronger and won't build more muscle, even if you train every day.